everyone. Trying to beat the rain, although it's fitting. Another stormy day around here. You'll see the winds are going like crazy. And but today we are going to try to get as much of the mulch at least off the truck and placed around, and maybe the herbaceous border. But one thing I wanted to discuss with you, which I always forget every year, is ground covers, because we get a lot of comments on don't plant this, don't plant that, and of course, like certain areas, some ground covers are just going to be too happy and you don't want to use them, so you want to research into, or at least put them somewhere where they're controllable, so you know what they're going to do in your soil. But the way I control mine has worked for me for years, and I just naturally do it. And I guess it's about March 26th today. And what you want to do is, before everything leaves up and it's still looking barren, about when the daffodils start to bloom, you want to come out, and those ground covers are probably going to be greening up, and you're going to be able to see them through all of your plants, because once like the herbaceous border fills, it's packed. You can't see what's going on under there. So now's the time to get on your ground covers. Check them out, see where they're at, and start thinning them out. If they're going into places you don't want, I usually back them up at least a good foot to a couple feet away from where I want them. I have some wild violet that is kind of going crazy in the herbaceous border right now, and although I don't mind it, it is getting too close to the edge where it'll get into the grasses. And so I'm going to show you that and thin that. I haven't really looked around. We'll look around together. Plus, we'll show you some of the mulching. I'll show you that I cut back this bed and what it looked like a week and a half ago. And yeah, that's about it. That's about all that's going on today. Sorry if I look and sound tired. I just rolled out of bed at 9 o'clock and it's 9:51 now. So, yeah, I'm tired. Been cooking a lot, working on the cookbook. Also, now it's gardening season. And then, of course, the videos. And I have my regular business, my knitting business to run. So it's been a lot, but I'm excited. And yeah, we'll get started. Okay, so this is what the herbaceous border looks like right now. It is now slowly starting to green up, and eventually all of this will be 5 feet high and too thick to see through. But if you look, you can see the wild violet has gone crazy all through this bed, and I couldn't even see that during the summer. I don't even know exactly how it got to this side of the bed. It was over. I must have moved it with the daylilies. It must have been some seeds around the daylilies, but the wild violet has always been over here. And you can see it really isn't as happy over here. It's down beneath. Sorry, the leaves came in again with all this wind. I had this cleared out because the mulch is going to be going in this bed today. This is the one bed we're trying to get done before it all greens up and all the foxglove and everything come up. And hopefully they reseed it. Sorry, it is starting to rain, so I don't know how much of this video we're going to get done today. But either way, I'll pick it up tomorrow. And I'll just show you how I thin it. Mostly what I'm going to do is take it off from the front here. I'm going to get that all back. I want it back behind this rose, this carpet type rose. And then maybe thin it away from some of the smaller plants, although I don't find that this particular ground cover chokes off my other plants, so it's usually not a nuisance. Okay, so we'll get started. Wow, I guess there's a school trip here. Huh?
I think it's crew.
Oh, it's crew?
Yeah.
Oh, okay, the crew working out.
Yep.
Okay, so he's already started to thin the violet out. You can see that gap there where he's gotten that all out. We're going to take it all the way to where these shrubs here begin. This shrub, which is a daisy that blooms in the fall is going to come out, because it was kind of a mistake putting it in here in the herbaceous border. It doesn't belong here. That was my mistake. So he's just getting in there and he's pulling them out, kind of trying to be careful because there are other plants in there and bulbs. You know, not to pull those out. Yeah, he's hit a plant right there. And he's just going to go around it. And this is just to knock it back. This isn't to kill it. We're just giving it something to think about. So next year we'll probably be in the exact same position, if not have to do more. And again, I don't mind if it spreads throughout the whole bed, because it works. That's less mulch I'll have to put down. But what I don't want it to do is start creeping into the sod areas. So this is how you control it. And if you get in before all the plants come in, you won't have the problems with a lot of these plants that most people see. And you can see the little plant there. I'm not exactly sure what it is. We have so much in here. Yeah, there's a lot. So getting in early is best before they start coming up. You do the least damage. Okay, so you can see Ray has gotten it all cleared out. And now we've just left that much in there, which will spread out through the summer. And he's weeding dandelions out of here. We've gotten a ton of dandelions in the herbaceous bed. Most things are not up, and it's hard to believe that this bed is going to turn into the fabulous flower extravaganza that it turns into, but it will. I can see signs of pretty much everything coming back to life. You just gotta look really hard. There's the coreopsis. There's something. Not sure without looking at my list. Of course, we do have some plants in here that are not herbaceous. I wanted some structure in here. The roses. And we are going to take out this daisy type shrub out of here, and we're going to move that up front. Well, Ray's going to be nice enough to do that. But we're going to obviously keep the hydrangeas and the roses and the hibiscus for some structure. Those weeder tools, or the hori knives, they are the best for quickly weeding. I use my knife for everything.
Yeah, when I checked, I didn't have any, or we don't have any soil.
Oh, we're out of soil?
So I took what I needed from that hole where that came out, and I put it around the base of that plant that was up too high.
Oh, you already got the shrub out?
Oh yeah, it's already planted. And
oh, it's already planted?
Yep.
Okay,
Yep.
So there's our hole.
So we just gotta...
where the shrub was removed, and we will put something that blooms and is herbaceous in there, as was intended. I bought hundreds of plants last year, so one mistake, not a big deal.
Yeah.
And it has a new home up front. It's raining. he's still making progress. And I just finished a farinata, so we're gonna go in and eat that. Okay, Ray has made the herbaceous bed look very pretty. And the sun, I won't put the camera up, but the sun is out here and there. So the rain has stopped for now, but there are big black clouds out up there. Fiction is being a wicked witch today and attacking both of us. She's getting a little too comfortable. But so we left this much of the ground cover in there, and that will continue to spread around, which is fine. This is how we control it and keep it from getting crazy. Pretty easy to pull out in the spring. It was really easy because I didn't do it. It's so much easier when Ray does it. It's normally me pulling the weeds. And look at that fine job he did, keeping those dafts up, not squishing them. There's the hole from where the daisies were taken out. Oh, I think I already showed you that already. Sorry about that. I was in making a farinata, which you will see the recipe for. Turned out pretty good. Did you like it, Ray?
Oh, it was delicious, yeah.
Yeah?
Very good.
Awesome. So get your herbaceous borders mulched early in the season, and it's a lot easier than trying to work around all the plants when they come up. She insulted. It's like throwing popcorn in a movie. She's just gonna ignore you. No, she's gonna come attack you. Yeah, she's devilish, this one. Fiction, what do you have to say for yourself, attacking everyone? What do you have to say, huh? Oh, that's what you have to say? Huh? Yeah? You think it's our fault?
Yeah, pretty much.
Pretty much. She'll knock this camera right out of your hand. She's an aggressive cat. Here's some more ground cover that I'm going to have to deal with too. This is the Creeping Jenny, which I love that she's happy in here. She doesn't seem to be going wild, but she is starting to get more comfortable. And this rock line is where I want her to stay back from. So I will get in here and pull all of everything from in the rocks and along here out so that she doesn't, and she stays within this side of the bed. And if you stay on top of this, and then usually sometime in July, I'll do a check and get on them and cut them back again and just make sure they don't get too happy. And this is the best way to control them. We have really not had any problems with ground covers by doing it with this method. I think I've shown you before the Pachysandra, which is blooming actually right now. You can see it gets little blooms on it. Oops, here's some pretty ones here. There we go. There's some pretty blooms. So Pachysandra isn't just evergreen, it does bloom when it's happy. But on this side of the path, I don't let it grow. So I will get in and pull all the runners out along here and get all of the Pachysandra on this side of the path out of here so that it's not where I don't want it. And really, it's really quick if you get on it early in the spring, because if you allow it to go another month, you're going to have 2, 3, 4 times the work. So getting on these things early in the season is the best way. And this Pachysandra has been here, gosh, it has to be like 18 years, right, Ray?
Yeah, probably.
That we put the first Pachysandra in.
Yep.
And we've managed to be able to keep it on the one side of the path because Pachysandra will choke out other plants. Okay, so this is the last thing I'm going to show you. The Creeping Jenny area has been all of the ground cover that we didn't want spilling into this area here has been removed, and we're going to let her spread within this area where it's very difficult to get anything to grow because this will be dark as night. This is our shade garden that I showed you in the shade garden video, and we do have some hosta here that are now doing really well in this area, but it is extremely dark, and most plants have a bit of a trouble competing with the Japanese maples because I believe they're shallow rooted, and so there's a lot of competition for that water. And when it comes to trees, they're going to get that water first. So you have to have things that can really thrive around. And it's taken us quite a bit of time to get the right plants, and it's just trial and error, where you just kind of try different things. The hosta are starting to come up. I can see them in there, and there are some daylilies, but it is very dark in here. This is complete shade. Right now it doesn't look it. It looks bright and barren, but you saw in the shade video how full and abundant the shade garden is in the summer. But it's looking really good. Ray did a really nice job. Got some mulch down and everything, so it's looking really good. And again, we've gotten all the ground covers in this particular garden under control, and not that they were out of control, but just making sure that we don't have problems throughout the summer. So yeah, so this is the last I'll show you, and I just wanted to kind of give you our tips on how we manage to keep, I mean, we must have at least probably 20 different ground covers on this property, under control, in their spaces, and not going wild. And really, an ounce of prevention is worth a pound of cure. So just getting on top of it early in the spring. They pull out really easy in the moist spring soils. So yeah, so thanks for joining me, and I hope this helped you out. Have a great day, and I hope to see you in the next video. Oh, I just wanted to show you the daisies that we took out of the herbaceous garden we put in here. That'll give a little bit of structure to this side, which is pretty much all herbaceous plants along this edge. And just for perspective, this is where the fountain garden is, and the hydrangeas, and this is another shade garden. Most of our gardens are shade gardens, but hopefully it will do well. It does look like it probably could use a little bit of water, so I'm gonna go grab it some water. But just so you know, we didn't just dispose of it. We gave it a new home. So I kind of lucked out today, right? Did most of the outdoor work, and I kind of got a break. So it was nice. He did a good job, and it's nice to see all this, these chores getting done. And yeah, I didn't have to lift a finger. Okay, guys, have a great day.